while the ram is hitting. Pivot ball at the bottom, it's hitting right here. Brass washer. Now I need them on the fronts, not the rear. All right, so now that I got the wheels fitting without rubbing, that's what you guys were watching, was me having to fit the wheel because this is a Traxxas wheel, super wide, hitting the pivot ball. So now I want to start figuring out where the cleats are going to go. And I have a feeling these wheels are going to take a lot more, and what I don't like about them being so wide, is that it's going to use a lot of cleats. Plus, I'm not going to try to use a lot of cleats. I'm going to try to keep pretty much this same pattern on this wheel. It's just going to be more of them because the wheel is taller. So I've taken some tape and wrapped it around the wheel straight as possible. Took an X-Acto knife, made a cut, and now we're going to get out our measuring tape and find out how long it is, which is basically like checking what most people would consider rollout, which I don't think this measuring tape's going to be long enough. And I wonder if I could take that off. Nope. So, all right. Really didn't want to use yellow on yellow. So, I'm going to start at 2. So just put my tape on starting at 2 because 1's in the way over here of these things. So I just start from 2 and we're going to figure out our spacing and mark it, because this is basically the rim, the inside of the rim that's flat, called rollout. So now I'm going to figure out an evenly spaced measurement so that we can get them evenly spaced all the way around, and then I'll stagger it, rotate it, and then probably just start, you know, halfway to the spoke, and then I'll wrap it around on the inside. That'll give us that. And because the wheel is so wide, I might have to put some in the center someplace, evenly spaced. Looks like it's going to be a lot of cleats to get one of these wheels done. Now, I would love to just maybe put this same pattern on the wide wheel just down the center, you know what I mean? Space like this just down the center of the wheel. So I might just go ahead and do that. It might be a better way. The problem with it, putting it down the center, is when it comes to me bolting and the nut, the center of this wheel is right where the pivot ball and the arm is at. So that could create a clearance issue on the inside. Yeah, just on this upper link, I think is where it's gonna create a clearance issue on the rear. I think the front we might be okay. Only thing it's really getting close to is the steering. And then this also limits your steering because it hits the bottom control arm. But because I turned down my dual rate for a speed run, I don't need a lot of steering. So I'm gonna set up dual rate so it doesn't hit, and that'll be maximum steering I have all the time. So that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna be up all night getting this done because I want to run tomorrow. I've put in a lot of time into this RC, and I was expecting a pretty good run today, and not to be able to run and strip out a wheel really sucks. So I'm gonna get at this. Just wanted to keep you guys updated to show you guys how I do this stuff. I didn't show it on the last wheels. I just gave you a rundown. This one was easy with all these spokes. All I did was put one spoke there, or one cleat there, and then the next spoke was the back, then the front, then the back. It was easy on this, wasn't a lot of measuring. And even with that, I still had one wheel that I ended up drilling up. This was my test wheel. Ended up drilling a bunch of holes trying to figure out how I was going to do it to make it roll smooth. So trial and error on the first one. This one should be a lot easier. But we'll be back when I get a wheel done or we figure out the spacing. So it looks like 1.5 inches. So if I go 3.5, it would be 4, it would be 5, 6.5, 7, this would be 8, 9.5, 10, 11, 12, just trying to get spacing down. So that's going to be our spacing. So about a finger in between each one. A loose finger, but about a finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 18 per wheel. God, that's a lot. Now that I've got it marked, on my roll of tape, there we go. So that gives me 2 templates, because I don't know how long this tape's going to last. And what I have to do is I need to start at a spoke. So that's where each spoke is going to go, or each stud, and then we're going to offset it on the other side. There we go. Now I just got to take a razor blade, clean off any of the excess plastic that pushes through. The bad thing about this rim is the 5 spokes. They sit so far back, a couple of them get in the way, so I'll have to trim that out to get a nut in there. But hopefully that doesn't weaken the rim. And then I drill them so that these will thread in just under the size of the thread, just so they'll screw in and give more bite without the nut. So every wheel I'll have to do this tape method. Inch-and-a-half spaced apart evenly all the way around the rim, and then staggered so that these are going to be a little wider but still a finger's width apart, just like I did on the last wheel, and then 2 rows. But that's the way our new wheel's going to look, and call it a day. going to be insane. Truly, truly will be insane. A lot of time into building these CLEAT-US wheels. Definitely a lot of time consumed. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Is there a better way of doing it? We still got to get all the nuts on the backside. I got to get more cleats. I should have enough to complete 2 wheels, and then I'll go down buy some more cleats, but I'm going to do the other front. We'll do the metal on the front. And that should give a good weight to the front, and maybe I can get some of this weight off the nose of this thing. But we'll see. This is unsprung weight. This is sprung weight. So we'll see how it acts. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys on my next video.